Is there anyone who tells you just how challenging it can be to maintain and look after this mane? I think it's great to be locked, but sometimes, girl, it can be very, very challenging to find a balance. It's like anything in life, I guess. It takes you a while to settle in, but once you're in there and you're running and you're living your great locked life, then things are great. So some of the challenges I think I have faced is finding the right lock tool to use. I first started, I've got like a little kit. I'm just going to show you. I have this little kit that I bought, and it came with like, you know, retie tools, like, so, you know, the clips, like these little clips that I have found very, very useful when I'm locking my hair. I then later bought these kind of to help when sometimes I have some locks that come off. But let me tell you, I have had, I'm gonna stick to the people who are professionals are using these things, because I one time completely snapped off my lock trying to use these tools. So I use them carefully. I used them on my son when I was locking his hair, because my children are locked as well, and I maintain their locks. My daughter was locked she got her hair locked in Kenya, but I do the the retightening. But I used these for my son when I was starting his locks. And I think the very first, I'm just kind of ruffling through trying to find all these tools that I've used. The first tool that I ever bought was one of these. So kind of it came as a set of two, and I was using this, but I found that the bit that's thick here, I was finding that a bit challenging sometimes when it's kind of the last bit of the rotation, putting it through. I was finding it a bit challenging. And don't watch my struggle tail, like it's kind of getting long enough for me to just about put it in a ponytail. But you know, it is what it is. So and this my girls is the lock that I snapped off one time when I was trying to use that little tool, and I've not kind of brought myself to throw it away. I'm keeping it. It's grown. I think it's one of these in this area, but I mean it's like it's grown back. It might be one of the ones in here somewhere. It's grown back, but you know, that was quite sad at that moment. And then I kind of went to this company. They're called Loc'd, and they sell these locks, these lock tools. These ones here. Quite tiny, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the one that I tend to use most of the time, and it comes in different lengths. So it comes like I think it's two of the, or I think it's one of these and a little one. So I think these two are the long ones, and I was using these two are the long ones. I was using this shorter one the other day. I think it's in here somewhere. But yeah, and then, you know, I kind of, it's almost like an adventure thing. Then I bought this one, which is kind of similar to the Loc'd one, but this diamond shape here, again, passing this through when it's just like the last rotation was being a bit challenging. So I decided I'm not going to use that anymore. But the very, very, this is the tiny one from Loc'd. It's still got, that's the one there. So this is the one I tend to use. But then I kind of, you know, doing my research and trying to find out, the very first one that I used, I think I threw it away. It was like a plastic needle. And I watched like tutorials where you cut it and then you just pass a tiny bit of heat on it and then you slightly bend it. But what I found after using that for a little while, it just snaps off, like it's plastic. And I think it's the motion of kind of constantly passing it through and the tension of it, eventually a few of them had just snapped off, so I needed something a bit more permanent. Can't keep doing that. And then I came across I think it's called Loc'd tool, like LOXX, a new Loc'd tool, that's it. And it came like in this really nice cute little box that I really thought was cute, and then they give you like a little card thing that you basically scan the QR code in there, and yeah, this is the tool right there. And I try to use this on myself and my daughter, and you know, it feels really great to hold it, but my only drawback to it is like it snags, or maybe it could be me that wasn't putting it through properly, but when you put it through and you pull it, I was using it on my daughter and she said it was snagging on the sides of her hair. I think it's maybe the little corners on the side that were snagging on the hair, but generally I was able to kind of retie her hair with that, which was fine, but that was my only drawback. Then, being the DIY girl that I am, I'm going to explain what this is in a minute. So I went back to Loc'd Sanity, and they were doing this, and it came in two, and they're metal as well. I thought, go on girls, this is brilliant. So they're both exactly the same, but they are so generous. I'm not getting paid to do this, by the way, just in case anyone thinks, oh, she's getting paid for this. But it comes in two. Like, how generous is that? And they're metal, like they're not plastic, and they are amazing. I have actually retied my hair with it, and it does take a minute to get used to doing it on your own head, but honestly it cut down on how long it was taking me to retie. I'm gonna just post a video later on me actually using these to retie my hair. But then, because I kept putting it down all the time, I would either lose it or it'd fall off, and I don't know where it is. So I basically got this bracelet and made this, and then I've recently taken it out. I had actually I'm sorry, Loc'd Sanity, if you ever watched this, I had put glue gun, and I had glued this around this kind of this tool, and I just had it on my hand, and I was literally just it just made it a lot easier. And I'll tell you why I was doing that. I know some people are going to say, well, there's actually I think it's a Loc'd bracelet out there. Guys, I can't justify spending that much money, because I went on Etsy and I'm thinking these things are a bit expensive. So I've been working around trying to create one myself that I can use, but if all fails, as you'll read in my bio, I believe we can do anything we put our minds to. And in the first instance, before I go do it, I usually will try and see if I can make it myself, because I do like being creative and I like to challenge myself. So those are the tools that I use to retie my hair and to maintain it, and to just make sure that I'm keeping up to the reties. The reties are I kind of do it 6 to 8 weeks. It's actually due for a retie maybe in another week or so, or 2 weeks maybe. But that's what I do to self-maintain my hair, my locks. And then what I'll also do is when I wash it, I'll tend to use a clarifying shampoo, and then use more like a moisturizing shampoo, because the clarifying shampoo will tend to strip a lot of your hair out. I'll go in with this. It's my L's rosemary water, and as you can see, I've used it quite a bit, and it ran out. And when it ran out, what I did is I just went to my local hair store and I just got pure rosemary oil, and I just put it in there, because I like this little pipette thing. It has this kind of dropper on it. I quite like that. So I just fill it with rosemary water, and then and then I kind of just I literally just put it on my hand, and I just put it through on my scalp. I don't always tend to go on the locks themselves. The excess that's on there, maybe I'll put it on my hair, but mostly I'll go in my scalp to just kind of oil it a little bit. And I'll do that. I don't do that every day. I'll do that like maybe once a week or twice a week, and then on the second week, then I'll wash it with the clarifying shampoo as well as the moisturizing shampoo. And that, ladies and gents, is how this Loc'd mama maintains her locks. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Till next time, latest people.